Hi again. So it's June 13th. I'm at work. And I wanted to make another video. I don't know why I'm feeling pressed to do this, but I want to do it. I don't think anyone's going to see this video. But just in case, I want to talk about a few things. So one, I had a dream, but before I talk about the dream, I want to mention this. The night of this dream, before I went to bed, I prayed to God. And I asked him, like, God, you know, I've been praying really hard about having a end times rapture dream, and I don't know if my prayers are getting blocked, or if, like, maybe you just have, like, an overload of voicemails from me and you're just kind of slowly going through them and you haven't gotten to all the prayer requests yet. But I feel like you may not be hearing my prayers, this and that, and I'm like, I know that you're going to get them eventually, but it's been a while and I still haven't heard anything from you. And I said I wanted to know if I could have a like an end times dream or like a rapture dream, because the last rapture dream I had absolutely terrified me because I wasn't taken, and I wanted to see where I stood, you know, how I was doing. I know that it's not about works, it's about having faith. You're saved through grace by faith. But if you love God, you're going to want to do all that extra stuff, you know. And I wanted to make sure I was on a right path, and that was my way of getting verification through him, was through a dream. So I was asking him to give me another dream. Well, he delivered. And it was terrifying, but it was amazing at the same time. But it wasn't a rapture dream, it was an end times dream. And I know it was from God because it followed his word through scripture. But so here we go. Okay, I had a dream that I was in a screened porch, like on top of a roof on some house, like, and it was nice, like you could see everything. And it was me and Sean, and we were laying in a bed, so it almost looked like a vacation spot, like a screened in porch on a rooftop. It was like a bedroom, you know, but it was around this area. It wasn't anywhere tropical. Anyway, I was looking out and I'm like, wow. And we were excited. We were getting ready to watch like a thunderstorm, because a thunderstorm was coming in, and me and Sean love to watch storms unleash. It's just something we enjoy to do. So the sky started to turn dark. It was, you know, it was getting cloudy, and we started to hear rumbles of thunder, and it was moving in quick. And then I started to hear the thunder getting louder and louder, and I'm like, wow, that's loud thunder. And then the lightning was coming in. It was like crazy lightning I've never seen before. I remember there was one bolt of lightning that came right down in front of us and hit a tree. And I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. Maybe we should go in. But like we were mesmerized, so we just kept watching. And then, ooh, and then, whoosh, giant, and I mean huge, like, whoa big, asteroid flew across the sky. And like, this wasn't your normal, like, oh, look at little debris from space. No, this was huge. And I was like, just watching it fly across the sky. Oh no, this is not gonna be good. And it was like, it wasn't like on fire. It was like, it was going so fast through the atmosphere that the light illuminating off this thing was incredibly bright, that it lit up the whole sky. Okay. when you think of asteroid, I feel like most people think of a rock on fire coming through the atmosphere. That's not what this looked like. This was a ginormous piece of space debris coming through the sky, like probably the size of like I'd say a small house, right? Maybe even bigger. And it was just flying so fast. And like it had to have been going. And I'm just trying to give you an idea of how fast it was going. I could be way off because I don't know math and science, stuff like this. But I think it was going like 700 miles an hour, splitting through the atmosphere. The light coming off of it was absolutely insane. And then it crashed down. And it was like miles away, miles. But it looked, because it was so big, it looked like it hit so close. And then the moment it hit the earth, I seen like a mushroom cloud fly. And I mean, it hit so fast, so hard that the whole house shook right off its foundation. I seen the mushroom cloud form at the same time, flying all the debris from the earth, just like flew up to the sky. And then like, you know, when there's a massive explosion, you could almost see like the wave, like the ring around the site, and then it flies towards you, like the impact. That's what I seen. But the first ring, the first wave coming towards me was the sound. And my gosh, it was so loud. Like it was my ears, like in the dream, I was like, oh, like they were gonna pop. Like it was the loudest noise. And then I kept watching, and then it got crazy. Then the second wave was the impact, all that pressure had to go somewhere. You know, that impact, the pressure, it had to move. So it was coming out, the ring was coming out and like a tsunami coming our way. And you could just see it taking out everything in its path, like trees and cars and homes. Everything was being ripped out of the ground, flying. Like this was happening so fast, mind you. Like I don't even know how to explain how fast this was going on, but like you blink and you're gone. Like this is how quick it was going down. And I remember in slow motion though, it was coming my way. I'm like, just like, well, this is it. It was so fast. And it came our way and everything was ripped apart. Sean got sucked out of the porch and it passed me. I didn't get hurt. I was like looking around like, how did this happen? Like, how am I alive? But that, and Sean disappeared. I have no idea where he went. I'm sorry, babe. You got sucked out of the screen. And then I was like, okay, well, this isn't good. I should probably go find shelter and supplies and survivors. So I left. I was walking around and I seen a group of girls that I want to say I went to school with. And they were just standing there. They were all in a line. They were dancing. They were like half naked dancing and like just like enjoying themselves. Not even like fazed by what just happened. They don't even care. Like they're just like, yeah, like just like pretty much like selling their bodies, it looked like, the streets. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. I don't want to be around this. So I was walking away, just trying to find more shelter, supplies, survivors. And this random guy came out of nowhere and he wanted to join me in my venture. And, you know, we're going around looking for stuff and we ended up in a car and I don't even know where we were going, but we were in the car and he was driving and I was in the back seat. And then I looked to my right out the window and I see another asteroid coming down, right? But it wasn't as big as the first one. It was like much smaller. It was like a corner of the first one that came down. And it hit the ground. And then you just see all the rocks flying out of the earth because of the impact. And they're coming down all around the car, like, whoosh, whoosh, like flying. And like they hit the windshield. And I'm like, this is it. This is the end of my life. I remember getting down on the ground inside the car, just kind of, covering my head. And nothing bad happened. We were fine. I didn't get hurt. So we kept going. And then it was like that, like snap of the finger, I was in the next scene of my dream. And then I was on some like mountaintop thing. Not even a mountain, like a hill. And I was still with this guy, and we were walking. And it took me a minute to realize in my dream that the impact from these asteroids hit so deeply into the earth that it released all of the natural gases the earth has. So all the toxic gases were coming into the atmosphere. You could see it. It was like a green smog, like, through the air. And I was telling him, we need to get out of here. And he was like, I know, because, like, the ground, also from, like, the impact, all the lava, all that, like, heat was coming out from the ground. So every time he took a step, it was turning into, like, lava. Because the ground was literally melting. And everything was on fire, and he was like, my feet are burning, we have to go. So he was like, follow me, and I was following him. And then he's like, we can't go this way, let's turn around and go your way. He's like, aren't your feet burning? I'm like, no, I don't feel anything. He's like, what kind of shoes are you wearing? I'm like, I don't know, just shoes. And he was like, your feet aren't burnt. And he, like, I just remember, like, him putting a lot of attention on the fact that my feet weren't burning. And I was like, yeah, no, my feet are fine. I don't feel anything. This is great. And his feet were just on fire. I was like, that's not good. And that was the end of that dream. And I woke up. And the first thing I remember doing was looking up to God and going, well, God, you did not hold back on that one. And yeah, like, that was absolutely petrifying, and it was a lot more scarier than I'm making it sound. I didn't even know my brain could come up with that. No, it didn't actually. God gave me that dream because I asked for it. But I believe, ready? I want to show you something. He was showing me a prophetic dream about what's about to go down. And I know this because I checked it in the Bible. Scripture came up in my head after I had this dream. And this is how I verified it. It's interesting, So it's Revelation 8, verse 10. Okay, let me see if I can flip the screen. No, I can't. All right, I'm just going to read it to you. So Revelation 8, verse 10. And this is what it says. The third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. And I'm like, yep, that sounds about right, like my dream. But I was like, I was thinking about it too. And I'm like, oh, like, I didn't get hurt at all through that dream. Like, nothing bad happened to me. Like, I was scared, but, like, nothing happened. So then I started to think about, let me see if I can find it. There's also a part in Revelation that stood out to me about the seal of God. Let me see. Yeah, so Revelation 9, verse 4, it says, they were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any plant or tree, but only those people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were not allowed to kill them, but only to torture them for 5 months. And the agony they suffered was like that of the sting of a scorpion when it strikes. During those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will elude them. So I was thinking of that. I'm like, okay, maybe I had the mark in the dream. No, this is very different from the mark of the beast. The mark of God is protection. Like, you're his people. He's going to protect you. And I was just thinking of that. I'm like, maybe that's, I don't know. That's what I think. I'm still waiting to get verification through God about it, but I thought it was very interesting. And I asked him, like, if you have any more dreams you want to show me, let me know. Because I told him, like, if he wants me to, I'm going to make a video about this and post about it. Because I've had many other dreams. One of my favorite ones it was very short, but I had a dream where Jesus came to me and he talked to me very quick. I actually heard his audible voice and it was incredible, you guys. But he said to be ready, I'm coming soon. And I was like, oh, thank you. Good. Please come get us. It was really exciting. I guess a lot of people are having dreams like that, and whether he's speaking to them and telling them he's coming soon. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. What a blessing to be able to say I had that dream. And then I had other dreams, but I'm not going to get into those right now. But I wanted to share that with you because I feel like it needs to be shared. And I am going to post about this. This video won't be the one I post, though. I'm going to post a different one for YouTube and explain what went down. But I think it's important that this has been talked about because there's more scripture about stuff like this, about how people will have dreams and visions and they'll prophesy, and yeah, and it's happening. A lot of people are having these dreams and visions and all that, especially me. I haven't had visions. I don't even know what a vision's like. I asked God, I'm like, what does a vision feel like? I've never had one. Is it like daydreaming out of nowhere? Like, I don't get it. Like, show me what a vision is if you want. But, yeah, I've been having a lot of dreams. So, and the first couple dreams I have never asked. Well, no, I did ask for one of them. But the two with Jesus I didn't ask for. He just knew I needed them. So we are getting close. I know a lot of people a lot of naysayers are going to say, no, you're crazy. Like, oh, yeah. But those who believe, it's almost time. I'm excited. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you. And Godspeed. All right, I'm getting off this. Bye-bye.